Guess who's back? Back again. Mikey's back.
Tell a friend.
Hey everybody, here with another video for you guys today. And today we're going to be taking a tour of our medieval layout that you see behind us here. It's a little bit on the long side, so get some popcorn and get ready. But before I go any further, let me just say, if you like this video, any of the videos on the channel, please
Like, comment, and subscribe.
And let's take an in-depth tour of our medieval layout after the intro coming in
now.
Here we are with our Lego medieval layout, and we like to call it Camelot. This is our Camelot village, and it has many different factions, and they all go down to that side over there. And you can see some Harry Potter as well there, but we're not going to talk about that today. We're just focusing on the medieval castle, forestmen, all this kind of stuff that we got going on here. And we're going to start with this little guy here. He's out riding his cart. He's delivering some hay. He's a nice little hay guy. And move over, and here is our farm. Nice medieval farm with a good selection of different kinds of animals. You see pigs and cows, and there's goats and sheep and chickens. All kinds of different animals here. And here is the blacksmith shop, and the blacksmith that lives there, he's the one that owns the farm. He's kind of a big deal down here on this end, and that's the blacksmith there. He's out doing some work. And here's one of his little farm hands checking out on all of his crops that they got growing in here and everything. And you can see more people out on the little carts delivering stuff, or just coming to town or leaving town. All kinds of different people doing things. And here's we move over to our Sherwood Forest, and this is populated by our Forestmen faction. Our Sherwood Forest is comprised of retro Forestman sets, as well as a bunch of the new forest hideouts, and we have a mock of the camouflage outpost. And here is our leaders of our Forestman faction. We have Robin Hood, and we got Little John there in the middle, and then there's Maid Marian, and they are of course riding two reindeer, which that is the official animal of the Forestman faction. And all of our factions have the animals that represent them. And here's the camouflaged outpost mock that the missus did. And here's the retro Forestman hideout. And here's the Forestman River Fortress. And then over here, hanging out in Magisto's Magical Workshop that we put in our Sherwood Forest, is our Green Wizard. We also have a Green Witch. All of our factions, have their own little wizard as well. And then here's more look around. And here is Forestman Crossing, classic Forestman set. And see the little mushrooms, and our forest, our Sherwood Forest it's definitely got a lot of foliage. It's try to be a proper forest. And here is from this vantage point on it. There's Forestman Crossing there in front, and you see all the different forest hideouts, and of course, River Fortress is like the main keep for our Forestman faction. But they're a happy little merry band of outlaws living out in the wild. And then let's move back over. And what are these two guys doing? They're over here just chopping a tree down. It's a father and son. They got a couple of axes, and for whatever reason, they want to chop this tree down. They got some lumbering they're trying to do. And there's our little weapons tent where people can come in and buy a sword or a spear and other little weapons that they might need. Another guy delivering something on a cart. And then there's the big carriage there heading up into Camelot Castle. And there it is, the big behemoth of Camelot Castle, front and center in our village. And then over here on the side we have a jousting tournament going on, and you have some knights just out here doing some jousting, and someone's over here practicing their sword fighting. And here is the prince and his female companion up here watching the jousting going on. And then here's a father and son farmer, and they're over here clean up the horse poop. Someone's got to do it, and that's their job. And here's some more people just watching the jousting tournament go on, maybe waiting for their turn to joust. And here's one of our blacksmiths. Him and his wife, they live in this little house here. And, you know, they're a nice little blacksmith couple. They have a nice house here in the town. And here's a little bit of a look at our tavern. Every medieval village needs to have some kind of place for spirits and things of that nature, and that's where it goes on there in the tavern. And then there's some more houses on the other side of the town. And over here, the big blue building, that is the Sapphire Inn. It's where people come to, travelers can come, pay a toll or pay a fee and spend the night. You see a little bit of our market going on out in front. And there's a look at the carriage. It's going in to going to the castle to see the king and queen. And here's a little look at this guy. He's over here doing some fishing in the moat. Got himself a fish. You can see some frogs in there as well. He's like a little gnome, doing some fishing, but better be careful because there are crocodiles that roam the moat. The king and queen, they want it protected rather well. And here is the side of, and a full look at Camelot Castle and how big it is and grand. It's definitely the biggest castle in the kingdom. It's where the king and queen of the whole entire Camelot village reside in Camelot Castle. I will get down into them a little bit more later on. And here we're inside the tavern, and it's just some people having some drinks and just having a merry time. And over here we have King Ollendorf's house, and here's another look at those in the tavern. See the barmaid keeping everybody happy there. And here's King Ollendorf and his wife in their house. And here's our market. People can come and buy some apples and carrots and other things that they might need to eat. And here's a look at the weapons tent a little bit better. And then here's the other side of the street. You get a look at everything going on here. And here is a gypsy. She's got a card game going, and he's over there paying the money to play the game. And then here's a look at Sherwood Forest from this angle. And a little look at the blacksmith and his farm. And then let's move over to Camelot Castle a bit, and here is the walls on the outside, and you can see it's got a mill here, and it leads into this wall that defends it on the water that leads out to the ocean. And of course there are guards here, always on the lookout for people trying to come into the castle via sea, always on post. And here in the front of the castle we have these guards here guarding the bridge, and up here on this front gate tower we have a couple of archers at post at all times. And then here's the Royal Knights, and they're just out on patrol, and if the castle was ever attacked, the bridge would be burnt down. And here is the princess in her tower. She's looking out and seeing if she can find her Prince Charming. And as I said with the bridge, if the castle is ever under attack, the guards would burn down the bridge, and invading armies would have a heck of a time trying to conquer this castle. The Red Lion Knights have it very well defended. It's the most impenetrable fortress in all of the land. And then let's look inside the keep of the castle. And you can see all these guards and knights out on patrol, making sure King Arthur and Queen Guinevere are protected at all times, because they are the royal family of our village. And here it's inside of the house. And here is Merlin. He resides in Camelot Castle. And here is the prince and his kind of nanny. She keeps an eye on him, and teaches him and everything. And here is the royal bedroom. And here is the royal table. And here is King Arthur and Queen Guinevere, and King Arthur is sitting on his throne. And down here we have the bakery. And then down here is the jail, and inside is a Wolfpack soldier. He has been locked up for trying to sneak into the castle. He got caught. And here's the jester, and a look at the royal army here. And there's another Wolfpack soldier, and he's trying to break into the castle. And here are some more jesters just practicing their gesturing skills. And there's the princess in the tower again. And here is the royal bishop. He provides all the religion for everyone here in Camelot Castle. And here's a look at the Wolfpack guard. He's sneaking in to the one little area you can make it through in the castle wall. And here are the Royal Red Lion Knights, the animal for this faction. And here is Joan of Arc, and she commands the outpost on the far side to guard the invaders trying to come in from the forest side. And here is her fortress. And it very much, is hard to get access into Camelot Castle from, all angles, because this castle is fully guarded. And then we move on over to the Green Dragon Knights, and here is their animal, the Green Dragon. And these guys, they're actually got a battle going on right now. And again, here's a look at the Green Dragon itself, the animal for this faction. And there is the Green Queen sitting in her throne room, just looking over. And she is kind of a neutral queen. Sometimes she's good, sometimes she's evil. And there is the Green Dragon Wizard. And just like the queen, sometimes he's good, sometimes he's evil. You have to watch these green dragons. They're a little bit of a wild card here in our village. And as you can see, they're coming out ready to battle, and they actually are in the middle of a battle with the Black Falcons. My son set this battle up, and they're all just going to war with each other. And there's even the Red Dragons are getting involved in on the other side. The Black Falcons got the Green Dragons and Red Dragons on both sides of them. But the Black Falcons are led by the Black Knight, and there he is out, and he's the most powerful knight in all of the land, and so he backs down from no challenge. They all are afraid when the Black Knight appears. And the Black Falcons are a powerful force here in our medieval world. And their castle is the Black Knight's Castle. And it is another great fortress and heavily guarded by this massive Black Falcon army. And there is the wizard, the Black Falcon's wizard, and there's the Lady of the Black Falcons, and you can see all the falcons that they have, because of course that is their animal that they represent. And they're a good faction for the most part as well. Not as good as maybe the Red Lion Knights and the Blue Lion Knights, but as we move over to the Red Dragons, and they are absolute evil faction. They are always up to no good. They are just scoundrels, and there is their Red Dragon, massive Red Dragon. And they have one of the most powerful militaries in all of the land, and their castle is Black Monarch's Castle. And they actually have a second dragon, a black dragon, and their wizard rides on that, and he is an evil wizard. And this faction is led down there by the Red Dragon King, and he is an evil king, and he has an evil jester apprentice, and they are always up to no good, evil doings by the evil Red Dragon faction. And then we move over, and you can see that they're in the middle of a battle with the Blue Lion Knights. And the Blue Lion Knights are a very brave and good faction as well. They are maybe not be the rulers of the entire land like the Red Dragons, but he is the younger brother of King Arthur, and they are a very close family and good faction as well. And they're over here on the far side, and they're always having to deal with these evil Red Dragons, always getting into battles with them. And here is the king of the Blue Lions, and there he is up on his throne. And there is his son, his little prince, and there's the queen. And then over here we have the princess. So there's a complete royal family in the Blue Castle. And there's the Blue Wizard and the Blue Lion. They only have one lion, but they still have their animal faction as well. And here's a look at their castle and everything as we pan on up and look over to the rest of the display from this angle, the rest of the just medieval world. You can see all the different factions as we come back over to Camelot Castle. So tell me down in the comments section, which faction is your favorite? Green Dragons, Red Dragons, Blue Lion Knights, Red Lion Knights, Forestmen. They all have their animal represented. The Wolfpack are the only ones a little bit on the shorter side, but I'll get to them later on. But that is the video, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, we got merch store. If you want to take a little piece of the show with you, you can get it right here. We got everything. You want some Mikey J stuff? We got the Mikey J Productions for you. So take a chance and stop by. We'll take care of you.